Montana holds the title for one of the lowest population densities in the entire United States. Montana's unpopulated allure is also intertwined with its rich Native American populations and a deep-rooted connection to the land. It's a place where culture and wilderness coexist in harmony, creating a truly unique tapestry. Around 40,000 to 14,000 years ago, during North America's pre-colonial period, what is now known as present-day Montana is a place called home by various indigenous tribes. Several tribes such as the Kalispel, Crow, Cheyenne, and Blackfeet settled in Montana. Each tribe followed its own seasonal movement in which they would move from one place to another to adapt to the availability of resources at different seasons of each year. These seasonal rounds gave them the opportunity to do things such as fishing, hunting, and harvesting. It also allowed them to conduct specific ceremonies at appropriate times and places. Through well-established routes, trade became a crucial activity among the natives as it allowed tribes to acquire goods and raw materials from other distant tribes. It provided opportunities to share news, celebrate together, and form alliances. Unfortunately, with the arrival of early European explorers and eventual Euro-American settlement, the lives of Montana's indigenous inhabitants were significantly altered. Many tribes were confined to reservations, limiting their access to the resources they traditionally gathered during different times in each season. Down the line, bison, which was pivotal to every tribe's survival for food and energy, came to the brink of extermination, and this resulted in starvation for many indigenous people. The arrival of colonizers had a lasting impact, changing the path of the region's history and present-day demographics. The first census in Montana was held in 1870, just after Montana was formally made a U.S. state territory. It recorded a population of 20,595. This was relatively small compared to other areas of the country, as the population explosion of the 1800s was slow to reach Montana. However, increased migration helped to swell those numbers through the end of the 19th century. Just 10 years later, in 1880, numbers of just over 20,000 had grown by just over 90% to 39,159, but the biggest spike in the history of Montana's population was yet to come. The survey of 1890, held just after Montana became a full U.S. state, showed an impressive increase of 265% that took the number of residents to 142,924. Further increases followed, but they began to slow down in the 1900s. In fact, the 1930 census revealed a fall of just over 2% from the numbers declared 10 years earlier. That glitch aside, steady growth dominated to the point where the population of Montana in 2016 surpassed the 1 million mark. From 2000 to 2019, the population of Montana increased from approximately 903,773 to an estimated 1,122,867, reflecting a growth rate of about 19.5%. In comparison, the overall U.S. population grew by only 0.6% during the same period. As of July 1, 2024, Montana's population stands at an estimated 1,142,746, a 3.6% change compared to April 2020. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the racial composition of Montana is predominantly white, accounting for 87% of the population. Native American and Alaska Native make up 6%, Asian 0.8%, African American 0.6%, Pacific Islander or Native Hawaiian 0.5%, two or more races 0.9%, and Hispanic or Latino 4.5%. Over the past few decades, Montana has experienced steady population growth. Most of Montana's population growth has been concentrated in the western mountain region. It's no surprise that the region's majestic mountains, pristine streams and lakes, and abundant public lands have become major attractions for new migrants to the state. These natural amenities serve as powerful magnets, drawing people to Montana. In addition to the natural beauty, Montana's small cities have also played a significant role in the state's growth and change. Emerging as bustling centers of economic activity, these cities offer high-quality living and working environments, contributing to the overall appeal of Montana as a desirable place to call home. However, despite the steady population growth, Montana remains sparsely populated outside of urban centers. The state's vast land area and geographic features contribute to a low population density, creating pockets of remote and rural areas that have struggled to attract and retain residents. In the 20th century, Montana's population of residents saw a shift in its distribution. Huge swaths of eastern Montana, with its vast open plains and sparse settlements, witnessed a decline in population. Montana's reputation for being sparsely populated can be attributed to various challenges that discourage people from settling in the state. For instance, Montana experiences harsh winters with heavy snowfall and freezing temperatures. Additionally, the presence of mountain lions and other wildlife can be a concern for those not accustomed to living near these animals. Another factor is that Montana has a lower number of healthcare providers per capita, making it more difficult for residents to access quality medical care, especially in rural areas. With a small population and limited commerce and trade, Montana has fewer job opportunities compared to more populated states. This can make it challenging for individuals seeking employment or career growth, and due to the rural nature of the state, many residents may have to commute long distances to access basic amenities such as grocery stores, healthcare facilities, and workplaces. This can be time-consuming and inconvenient for those who prioritize a shorter daily commute. However, Montana's living challenges also contribute to the state's unique character and appeal to those seeking a more remote and outdoor-focused lifestyle. Traveling through the state, you can drive for a couple of miles without encountering another soul, allowing you to truly immerse yourself in the unpopulated beauty of Montana's breathtaking landscapes. Montana's age composition paints an interesting picture of its population. As of July 1st, 2024, according to the U.S. Census, 5.1% of Montana's residents are under 5 years old, while 20.8% are under 18 years old. On the other end of the spectrum, 20% of the population is 65 years and over. It's worth noting that Montana's median age has been gradually increasing over the years. In 2000, the median age was around 35.3 years, and by 2019 it had risen to approximately 39.8 years. This figure is 1.4 years older than the national median age of 38.4, and places Montana's residents further into middle age than the median resident of any of the 10 other states in the continental western U.S. According to the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services, Aging Services Bureau, the older adult population in Montana aged 65 years and above has been growing at a faster rate compared to other age groups. The younger population, the under 18 age group, has experienced slower growth or even decline in some areas. This can be attributed to factors such as lower birth rates and the migration of young adults seeking educational or employment opportunities outside the state. Montana's age demographics indicate the changing landscape of Montana's population. As the state's working age population adjusts and evolves, it brings with it unique challenges and opportunities for the state's future. When it comes to gender breakdown, Montana showcases an interesting mix. According to the latest data from the U.S. Census in 2023, the state has a nearly balanced ratio of females to males. With approximately 49.3% females and 50.7% males, Montana demonstrates a close divide in its population. This balance is further reflected in the state's workforce. Both males and females actively participate in various sectors and industries, contributing to the economic development of the state. However, it's essential to note that there might be variations in gender representation across specific professions and occupations. Education in Montana boasts a diverse landscape, with a range of universities and colleges catering to the state's educational needs. Montana's notable institutions like the University of Montana, Montana State University, and Montana Tech ensure that students have access to quality higher education opportunities. According to U.S. Census data from 2017 to 2021, a staggering 94.4% of Montanans aged 25 and over are high school graduates or possess higher qualifications. Furthermore, 33.7% of the same demographic have achieved bachelor's degrees or higher. Efforts to address the educational needs of Montana's Native American population are also prominent. Tribal schools and cultural programs have been established in Montana to ensure that Native American students receive an education that acknowledges and respects their heritage. In fact, around 10% of the state's K-12 public school enrollment comprises Native American students. The Montana university system and tribal colleges play a significant role in providing students with pathways to higher education in the state. Additionally, the state's European American population, with influences from German and Scandinavian ancestry, enriches the educational landscape, fostering a vibrant and inclusive learning environment. In terms of the Native American population, Montana stands out as the state with the 6th highest percentage of Native Americans among all 50 states, with a population representing 6.1% of the total. This rich Native American heritage adds depth and diversity to Montana's cultural fabric and contributes to the state's unique identity. Understanding the racial and ethnic distribution of Montana helps shed light on the factors that contribute to its relatively low population density.